Yugi Bros! What's up, Yugi Bros? I'm still sick as heck. We're gonna go through Trials of the Kingdoms spoiler today. I know this is super late, so I'm not gonna do a reveal. I've seen it obviously this time. It's been out for a bit, so we're just gonna review over some specifics and give you my thoughts on it. So starting off, we have Magician of Black Chaos and Black Magic Ritual. We were spoiled on these when the first actual image came up for the pack, because it was behind Yugi. And I mean, this is cool. We need more ritual cards. Uh, if there was more spellcaster support, I feel like this is just better. But you know, I could be missing a few things. So moving on down, we have Kairyu, which this is the first TCG release of that. It also got a skill in this set that allows you to activate Yumi from your hand deck or grave if this is on the field. Also making all of your water monsters unaffected by trap effects, and if Kairyu leaves the field, you draw 2 cards and flip this over. This card is ridiculous with this, so we're definitely going to see decks with this. What I also like about Kairyu, though, is that it's a level 5 Sea Serpent monster, allowing you to bring it back from the grave with something like Slushy. There's a lot of other water support cards that we have. Slowly but surely, Mako is finally getting enough love to kind of make water hopefully not terrible. And I am all for that. Levia Dragon, please, please come forth. Moving on down, we got a bunch of normal monsters. Some of these are brand new to the TCG. I like Giant Mech Soldier actually here. Giant Mech can be used in the Machine Spell Performer deck. It's not fantastic, but it's an option. Further bit down, this insect I refuse to pronounce the name of before Metal Armored Bug. It's a nice 1700 beat stick for the game. Metal Armored Bug is cute because we have ways to summon insects faster. Moving on down though, Tainted Wisdom. Alright, first effect monster. Further down we have Skull Knight, so it's a material for that, so I get that that's why it's in here. Other than that though, I don't really see a huge point to this thing. It's very slow and it doesn't really net you any actual advantage. Cyber Raider is interesting. When it's summoned, you activate one of the effects. You target an equipped card and equip to a monster on the field. Either destroy it or equip that target to this card. So you can play around with the equip cards with this card. Patron of Darkness is a level 5 zombie that says you choose the attack targets of your opponent's attacks. That's pretty cool. Myra Katu Katiga Mario Kutai. Yeah. Man. When I was a kid, I didn't pronounce these, I just remember their artworks. This one is, you can only activate the effect during your opponent's turn. When your opponent activates a spell, tribute this face-up card, negate the activation of the spell and destroy it. So we have spell negation in the form of monsters. It's okay. It's level 3, it's an aqua. You play it in water deck, you can actually negate a spell card that could be relevant to your board. So now you have this skill that protects your monsters by trap effects, and you have this thing to negate spells. Interesting, interesting. Sasuke Samurai kills something if it's face down defense before it flips. Dawn's a Lug, we knew about this in the reveal. If it inflicts battle damage, you activate one of the effects. You either discard a random card from your opponent's hand, which is broken, or you send the top 2 cards from the deck to the grave. There's a lot of cards in this set, there's a lot of cards in this game in general that have milled cards from your opponent's deck, so they are really on this whole milling your opponent's deck thing. Helping Robo for combat, if it destroys a monster by battle, you draw a card, then return 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. It's good for unbricking and also in the machine deck in general. Despair from the Dark, I like this. This card is sent from the hand or deck to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, special summon it. So with all these discarding effects, if they go out of their way to get rid of this, you get it back full free. 2800, it's really nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with your card effects, so you can't viral infection it. Bloodsucker, if it inflicts damage, it sends the top card of your opponent's activate. Man, they were really pushing these mill things. Plactera for another dinosaur. Flintlock, meaning Flint's also in here. Flintlock, I feel like just got thrown in because Flint's in, but it's also good for the machine decks in general. Golden Ladybug's an interesting card. During your standby phase, you reveal it in your hand and gain 500 life. If you do, it remains revealed until the end of the turn. It's a cute little way to keep gaining life in this game, since this game's desperately needed life gain effects. Something like this will allow your Destiny Draw skill, for example, to trigger more than once in a duel. If you take 2,000, say you boosted yourself to 45, and then you take 2,000 and you're at 25, you can search. Then once you take another 2,000, go down to 500, you can search again. So that could be relevant. We got 3 Jiracs in here, all of which I feel are a little annoying because you have to play Jiracs to make them work. However, Jirac Hera is probably the best of the 3. When a defense Jirac you control, except Hera, is destroyed by battle into the grave, special on this card from your hand or graveyard. It's a free 23 beat stick, which is nice. We get Shore Knight. If its battle positions change, you can send a water monster from the grave. I just feel like that's really slow. But let's talk about this guy. I had brought this up in a previous video, the Legendary Fisherman 2. This game significantly needs this. Catch of the Day is a skill that was released in Attack from the Deep, set 2 of Speed Duels. This card not to be confused with the other skill I revealed on this video earlier, Terror from the Deep. They have the exact same artwork. I really wish Konami wouldn't do that with the skill cards. There are hundreds of pictures you can use for Mako. Why do you have to keep using the same pictures for Mako on different skills? It's very annoying. It's the same with Destiny draws, or the final draw for Yugi's done it, Viral Infection's done it, so on and so forth. But getting away from that rant, Catch of the Day says if you control Legendary Fisherman, you can activate Yumi directly from your deck or graveyard. This skill can only be used once per duel. Once per turn, when Legendary Fisherman you control destroys a monster by battle or inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon one level 4 or lower water monster from your deck or grave in defense position. I brought this up in, I think, 1 or 2 other videos. I said if they released Legendary Fisherman 2 rather than the original with Catch of the Day, this deck would be really good. So Legendary Fisherman 2 says he's treated as Legendary Fisherman while on the field or in the graveyard. While Yumi is on the field, this card is unaffected by other monsters' effects. If this face-up card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while its owner controls it, you can add a level 7 water monster from your deck to your hand. That effect was made for Legendary Fisherman 3 because he's a level 7 water monster, but Speed Duels doesn't have that. So who do we search? We searched Levia frickin' Dragon, guys. Now let me go over this for people that don't know. You put this up with Catch of the Day. This guy is unaffected by monster effects. This was more relevant. I remember bringing this up after Set 2 came out because Relinquish was such a prevalent deck that this would make unaffected by Relinquish, which was really good there. I understand now we have Hidden Parasite, so it's less good. But let's continue on here with Catch of the Day and this. So this is unaffected by monster effects. You can activate Yumi from your deck or grave thanks to Catch of the Day while this is on the field because it's treated as a Legendary Fisherman. If this thing destroys a monster by battle or inflicts damage to your opponent, you can special summon a level 4 or lower water monster from your deck or graveyard in defense position. Oh, and by the way, if this face-up card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while in its owner's control, you can add a level 7 water monster from your deck to your hand, aka Levia Dragon right now. That is a lot to work with. And it's much better than having the regular Legendary Fisherman on the field. So I super applaud Konami for giving us Legendary Fisherman 2. That was my favorite thing from this set. Sorry, the rest of the reels are going to be a lot less hyped. But there are still some other really good cards in here I'd like to talk about. So moving on down, Parasite Paranoid's actually cute. It's a quick effect. You target a face-up monster on the field. Equip this card from your hand to that target. The equipped monster becomes an insect. Cannot attack insect monsters. Also, its effects that activate by targeting an insect monsters are negated. You can only use the effect of Parasite Paranoid once per turn. If this equipped card is sent to the grave, you can special summon a level 7 or higher insect monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. We just saw armored metal bug up above as an option for that potential candidate, but it's ignoring its summoning conditions. You can summon Perfectly Ultimate Great Malt with this if you really wanted to. I think this is solid for insects. Do I think insects are going to be relevant? No, but I do think this is solid for insects, and I think this is what insects need moving forward. Need more cards like this. Got Skull Knight, like I said, Super War Lion Ritual, I don't know, more ritual stuff. Share the Pain's cute. Tribute a monster. Make your opponent tribute one monster for no effect. That's really solid. Because it's for no effect, like your opponent's just essentially made to tribute a monster. Like, it's a really good way to get around things. This actually outed like Clifford Towers way back in the day because it just makes your opponent do something. It's not the spell effect that's getting rid of it. Flint's cute. Equip it to a monster, give it 300 attack. Can't change the battle position or attack. If the equipped monster is destroyed, just select another monster to target this with. I mean, you could slowly stall your opponent forever, I guess. Get ready for Burn to have another stall card. Tail Swipe, target a level 5 or higher dinosaur monster you control. If that monster is still face up on the field, choose up to 2 monsters your opponent controls that have a lower level than it, or are that are face down, and return them to the hand. That's cute. I like that. Gives dinos more options. Double Cyclone's really good. Target a spell on your spell trap on you control, and one of your opponent controls, destroy both. Destroy them, I should say. I think that's really solid. There's a lot of dumb things you can do with that, like popping your own cards to trigger their effects, depending on if they get effects if destroyed. Surface, we knew about. Target level 3 lower fish, see an aqua in your grave, special summon it and face up defense. It's good to reborn. Action Shield, I like this. Instead of Axe of Despair, equipped to a normal summon set monster, gains 1,000 attack. You take no battle damage from attacks evolving it. I think that's solid. Iron Draw is really good. If you control exactly 2 machine effect monsters and no other monsters, draw 2 cards. For the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you can only special summon once. But let's be fair, if you're playing that Barrel Dragon deck thing, you're only going to special summon once with that field spell. And you'll be perfectly fine doing it. I think this is a really good card. I think this is really underrated. I think in Yu-Gi-Oh! If it had come out like years before its time, it would have been very, very powerful. But it just was too obsolete at the point of its release. But in Speed Duels, I would love to see where we can go with this card. I think it's pretty awesome. Time Machine is a card we knew from the set reveal, but that doesn't mean it's still not an insane card. When a monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, special summon that monster to the same field it was on, in the same battle position it was when it was destroyed. This works for both you and your opponent, so you can do a lot of cool things with this. If you get extra effects by killing monsters by battle, for example, you can bring an opponent's card back, or just strictly, if they kill something you have, you can bring it back, and then, you know, have it survive for another round. This is really good with stuff like Amazoness Swordswoman, where it did damage to them, died by battle, and then you brought it back, so they have to deal with it again. Something like Lord of Deeds for lesser extent, if it dies, you bring it back, so it still makes your dragons untargetable. There's a lot of applications for this card, and I really like it. There is a lot of spell and trap hate in the game right now, so I don't know how relevant this could be because it can get popped beforehand, but if this does see play, expect to see a lot of spell and trap hate in the main deck moving forward in Speed. Teuton Mask, or Tutton Mask, I don't actually know. When a spell trap card is activated that targets exactly 1 zombie monster on the field and no other cards, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Screw Kunai with Chain. Along with a lot of other things, but Kunai was the first thing I thought of with this. I think this is good. Zombies need more protection. That's just its one main shtick right now, so that's pretty cool. It only stops spell and trap, doesn't stop a monster effect, so that is the only downfall to it. Energy Drain is select a face-up monster on your opponent's field, increases attack and defense by the amount of cards in the opponent's hand x 200 until the end of the turn. Could be good, kind of slow, not really a huge fan. Assault on GHQ is just furthering the send cards from the top of your opponent's deck to the grave. I don't know, this might be relevant, but in a 20-card deck, I don't know how you're going to fit all of this and then also have a strategy to not lose. Haunted Shrine, I love this card. I'm so happy we got this card in Speed Duels. Again, a card that was really good if revealed or released years prior to its actual TCG release. If you control no monsters, target 1 zombie monster in your grave, special summon it. That doesn't negate its effects or anything. That's just a free summon. If you control no monsters, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a zombie in your grave, special summon it, but its effects are negated. You can only use 1 Haunted Shrine effect per turn and only once that turn. So you're only going to get 1 of these 2 effects off each turn, but it's a trap. You can banish it from your grave whenever you want because it's a trap card. So I think this card's solid. I think zombies will hugely benefit from something like this, and I would love to see where this can go in the future. Sealing Ceremony of Suton. Once per turn, you can send a water monster from your hand to the grave to target a card in your opponent's graveyard and banish that target. It's okay. It's not amazing. It can be relevant. It's slow, though, because it's a trap card, and I wish it sent waters from the deck to the grave, but I guess that would be too good. Will it see play? Probably not, but I do see where they're going with that. It gives waters a different way to play the deck. Essentially discarding the cards from the hand so you don't have to worry about not having the skill that discards waters to add waters from grave. I just think it's slow, and I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. I'm not sure yet. Banishing from grave is really good, though, so we'll see. It's good against those zombie decks. Waking the Dragon. In Speed Duels. Holy crap. If this set card in its owner's control has left the field because of an opponent's card effect and is now in the graveyard or banished, you can special summon 1 monster from your deck or extra deck. Oh boy. First things that come to mind are Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Arcana Knight Joker. If you can summon it like that, I have to double check. Um, Ryu Senshi to a lesser extent, but that's also worded similar to Arcana, so I'd have to check again. Ooh, I don't know. This will be cute. There's a lot of spell and trap destruction, so I see this being relevant in a format like that. This just made It's My Lucky Day so much worse, and I'm okay with that. Oof. This is going to be a really cool card to mess with. I do think people forget that this card also says it could summon a monster from the deck, so it doesn't have to be the extra deck. So in a lot of decks, like again, we talk about like Amazons, for example, you could summon Swordswoman, you could summon a Command Knight, make it your opponent lock, depending if you have another Command Knight. You could put a Gentlemander on the board if you already have one, that's really good. There's a lot of ways to stun the opponent with this card that don't even involve the extra deck, because obviously our extra deck cards are much more limited in speed duels than they are in regular Yu-Gi-Oh! You'll probably get more use out of this summoning actual things from the deck, but either way, this is really cool. I like this a lot for this game. We'll have to see where it goes, but holy crap, I can't wait to come up with some BS with this. So that's the 45 card set that Konami... Oh, wait a minute. It appears we have a 46th card. That's interesting. Floodgate Trap Hole. Oh boy. Alright. So, yes, I already knew this was in this set. I just wanted to reveal the fact that Konami added a card to this set. Floodgate Trap Hole, and whether or not this was the card added or not, it is the last card in the set, so let's talk about it. When your opponent summons a monster or monsters, change that monster or monsters to face-down defense position. Monsters changed to face-down defense position by this effect cannot change their battle positions. I'm sorry, Adhesion Trap Hole. You were fun while you lasted. This literally just replaced you. This card's dumb. This is crazy. For speed duels to have something already like this where you flip something face down and it can't flip back up. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. This will be relevant. This will be hella relevant. Thank God we have more spell and trap hate destruction, but I can see it now, guys. You're like, oh, they got the floodgate. Oh, I gotta get rid of the floodgate. Pop the back row, waking the dragon. Boom. Get ready for that. Get ready for this. Guys, what do you think? Leave a comment down below on Trials of the Kingdom. Do you think this is good, bad, just okay? What are your favorite cards from this set? What do you think are completely pointless from this set? I love to know your comments down below. But as always, guys, my name is Yugi Bros, and I will see you in the next Speed Duel video. Peace out.